Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today our objective is to learn why leaves change colors in the fall. There are 4 seasons in every year: spring, summer, fall or autumn, and winter. In spring and summer, the leaves on trees are green. But in autumn, the leaves begin to change color. They turn red, orange, yellow, and brown. Then they fall from the trees, and they're fun to rake into a pile so you can jump in the pile. Let's take a look in my backyard and see if we notice any leaves that have already started to change colors.
The first day of fall is September 22nd, so most of the leaves on my trees are still green. But a few on that back tree are starting to turn colors. So we're gonna walk back there and check it out. Oh, looks like there's a kitty cat hiding back there too. So if you look on the ground near this tree, you're going to see a few leaves have changed colors. That one's a really nice red. Some of them are more orange and brown. That one's kind of orange red. That one's more bright red. And we can see a few of the leaves on the tree that have changed color and will probably fall soon. The leaves on the mulberry trees, the 2 biggest ones in my yard, have not started to turn yet. But when they do, this ground will be absolutely covered in leaves. And it looks like there are a few on the ground now, so let's go take a look and see what color the leaves on the ground are. And of course, this one is my cat. This is Bitey. I don't know who that other cat belongs to. Okay, so this leaf, for example, is yellow. That one has fallen off the tree. Hi, Bitey. And most of the leaves that we see on the ground here have turned yellow. Bitey. So that leaf has turned yellow. This leaf has turned brown. And that's what happens to leaves in the fall. But the question is, why? That's what we're going to answer by the end of today's video.
The first thing you need to understand is that plants are alive. My sister did a great video on things that are alive versus not alive at the beginning of the school year, and I'm going to leave a link to that video in the description box below. So plants are alive. Plants need 4 things in order to live. The first is soil. Soil is almost a synonym for dirt. They're about the same thing. Plants also need water in order to live. Plants also need sunlight. This is the most important to our discussion today. But before we get into that, plants need one more thing in order to live, and that is good, clean air. So going back to sunlight, Leaves are green because they contain a chemical called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll takes sunlight and converts or changes it into energy for the plant. Chlorophyll also happens to be the chemical that makes leaves green. So that's why leaves are green in the spring and the summer, because the leaves contain a lot of the chemical chlorophyll. In the fall, what you may have started to notice is that there's less sunlight. The sun starts to come up later in the morning, and the sun begins to set earlier in the evening. There's less and less sunlight as fall wears on and turns eventually into winter. Because there is less sunlight, leaves are able to produce less chlorophyll. And because there's less chlorophyll, they lose that green color. And that's why they begin to change to yellow, red, orange, and brown. And eventually, they fall off of the tree altogether. Let's take a look at some leaves and try to identify which leaves have the most chlorophyll and which leaves have the least amount of chlorophyll.
Here are a few leaves, 6 altogether. And what I'd like you to do is pause the video and try to put the leaves in order. I want you to start with the leaf that has the most chlorophyll and end with the leaf that has the least amount of chlorophyll. And remember that chlorophyll is the chemical that causes leaves to have a green color. So again, go ahead and pause the video here. The leaf you should have picked first is this one. It has the most green, and this leaf actually had not fallen off the tree yet. I cut it off the tree. It was still on the tree because it still has a lot of chlorophyll in it. The next leaf I would say is this one. Get it away from Bitey Cat. And if you look just around the edges of the leaf, you'll see that it's beginning to turn yellow. So it still has quite a lot of chlorophyll. This is another one that I took right off the tree, but it is starting to lose chlorophyll, and you can tell by looking around the edges where it's beginning to look yellow. So I'll put that as our second leaf. So this is the leaf that has the most amount of chlorophyll. Then this leaf. I think the leaf I would choose third is this one. It's still mostly green, but it has a lot more yellow around the edges. Next up, I would choose this leaf. This one I would say is about half yellow, half green. So I'm going to place that fourth in our line, our leaf lineup. These are the last two leaves that we have to choose from. And this leaf that's completely yellow, I'll put that fifth in line. There's no more green left on that leaf at all. And last of all, I would put the leaf that is brown, it's dried up, it has died. That I would put last in our line. So from the most chlorophyll to the least chlorophyll.
I hope that after watching this video, you're able to answer the question, why do leaves change colors in the fall? It's because they are losing chlorophyll, and the reason the leaves have less chlorophyll in the fall is because there is less sunlight in the fall. That's all that I have for you today, but I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.